Lord Nasher, forgive us. She said it could not wait.
It is a matter of some urgency, and there is little time. My lord, I come to you with...
You will bow to Lord Nasher.
Of course. I meant no disrespect, my lord.
What brings you here, Torio? If there is some new dispute with Luskan, speak with the Trade Guild first, then...
Oh no, my lord. This matter concerns Neverwinter. There is a murderer loose in your city.
Murderer? And whom has this murderer killed?
An entire village lies dead, my lord.
Naval, have our scouts reported anything about...
The village was slaughtered, and now the murderer hides here within your walls. You must initiate a search at once.
Only one of us wears a crown. Yet you dare to give me orders within my halls? I will do nothing until I confirm this village's destruction. Then, if I see fit, I will act. Do not test me on this.
Whatever pleases you, my lord. But I would act quickly, lest the murderer slip through your fingers. If that were to happen, I have no doubt there would be serious repercussions. I do not need to remind you of the extradition treaty.
By every god and his mother, what a fool I was to ever sign anything bearing Luskan's seal.
I can have Torio detained, Lord Nasher.
No. She would not be so bold if there were not something to her claims. Dispatch scouts, Naval, and order the watch to search the city. I think it would be in our interest to find the killer before Luskan does.
If I may, my lord, I have someone well suited to aid in our search. An agent of ours, Sand. I think that he can help us find our true murderer, no matter how deep Luskan tries to hide him.
Sand? I recall that one. I thought he was our eyes, but not by choice.
In this matter, my lord, we may trust him implicitly. He takes a certain pleasure in bringing Luskan truths to light.
Very well. See to it, Naval, and make haste.
There you are.
How can I be of assistance?
I am here because Luskan has accused you of murder. An entire village, no less. Have you heard of Ember?
I traveled through it and didn't slaughter it.
I've scraped things from my boot that I respect more than Luskan. But unless we find some means of clearing you of these charges, we will have to surrender you to them. We've signed a treaty with Luskan. They have the right to dispense low justice for any crimes committed on their soil. But I'm not turning over a loyal member of the Watch to some Luskan dog on this day or any other.
Then maybe you'd like to suggest an alternative.
Your guilt is preordained in a Luskan court. If you were a lord, knight, or even a squire, however, then matters would be different. You would be subject to high justice, and your trial would take place here in Neverwinter before Lord Nasher.
Tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
I need you to go see Sir Grayson, one of Lord Nasher's most trusted knights, and become his squire. I may also send a friend of mine to assist you. He has proven invaluable in such cases in the past. Mind you, the matter must still go to trial, and if you cannot prove your innocence, then you will face execution. For now, let us deal with what we can. See Sir Grayson at once at Captain Berlena's office. Pledging yourself to Neverwinter's service will give us time to counter these Luskan lies, and until you answer for these charges, the gates of the city will be barred to you. Seek out Grayson, but do not leave the city.
No way in the hells will I let those Luskans get their hands on you.
But there's still something we can do, right? Even Naval said as much. All you have to do is pledge yourself to one of the knights and Luskan can't touch you.
And we're innocent, besides. I mean, the slaughter of an entire village? That's going too far, even by Luskan standards.
Is it?
If you have something Luskin wants, they'd kill an entire city for it. They don't care. They attacked Neverwinter once, and even now they're sending fleets to attack Ruithim. Give them an excuse and you'll soon find Luskin blades at your gate.
Duncan, looks like we have a guest.
Oh, as if the day couldn't get any worse. What do you want, Sand?
I am here to help you. And your kin, actually.
Oh, really? And what's the price? If it's more than a half copper, you can see yourself out.
No, I seem to have been given an ultimatum, in fact. I have heard of your troubles with Luskin.
Word travels fast.
Know that if you are sent to Luskin, you will be killed.
And you'll help me. Why?
I realize you may find my sincerity difficult to believe, but allow me to act on your behalf. There are laws, and there is right and wrong. I know you uphold the law, and I do not believe you are guilty of this. And if they should get a hold of you, you will be killed. I believe people should answer for their crimes, but it must be just.
What exactly will happen if I go to Luskin?
Well, at best, they will put you on trial, or what seems to be one, then execute you. At worst, they will dispense with the courtroom mockery and execute you as soon as you step within the gate. And when I say execute, do not think it will be one clean chop of a headman's axe. Luskins have all sorts of inventive ways for executing prisoners that is best not to describe on a full stomach.
What does the rest of you think?
I think we should give him the chance. This is not a battle that can be won by swords, and I, for one, am ill-equipped for such a fight.
Sure. After all, a hedge wizard can't make things any worse. Maybe all that digging through books might prove useful.
If we need to burn down Luskin, then perhaps we shall seek you, Qara, but your ignorance will cause more damage here than you know. Luskin is not ruled by men, it is ruled by magic, by the masters of the towers, and if they have decided that you are to be delivered to them, then...
So, let them try.
Whatever spark of magic you think you have, you idiot girl, they will bleed from you by demon, spell, and curse until even your father won't be able to save you. And I suspect that what they seek may have consequence beyond you, beyond me, for much of the realms.
So what do you suggest?
Fortunately, becoming a squire is enough for our needs, and I believe you have already been told about someone who can help you. Sir Grayson, yes? Let me join with you. I have considerable experience with these matters, and foiling Luskin plots is something I relish.
Alright, welcome to our group, son. So, we finally get to actually have a Sand in our party. By the way, welcome to Chapter 2. I likely had to split up the video into 2 parts because I do not want any 40 minutes episodes. So I will let this run for 4 hours and then split it in 2 and then do some sort of introduction prior to the cut. But anyway, we will still be going with Casimir, because, yeah. Chandra will always carry around, she's just a free follower. She's a fighter, by the way. Who else we want? Ragnar is growing on me a bit. Let's take him. So, I'm just going to do a quick save and then take a short break to get a sip of coffee and that kind of stuff. I did not anticipate not being able to cut the recording, so bear with me a moment. So, use the chance to also do a hard save. So what we're going to do is we are going to do as we were suggested to do. But we need to get rid of some stuff. So, let's head outside. You're the one who travels with Nishka. It's more like she travels with me. Whatever you say. Well, you happen to run into her. Tell her Tasha wants to talk to her. That's some news that I just know she'll want to hear. I'll tell her that. I'll be right here waiting. So that was an indication that the next step in the scenario with Niska and Eldon can unfold. But I'm going to go and render some of all the spare stuff we got, and I will like to cut that out because it's nothing overly exciting about that. So I'll be right back. Before I go though, I'm trying very, very hard to milk all the experience I can get. I know Grobnar has a side quest. I know Niska has a side quest, and I will be taking her out at some point to get her side quest done, just to basically gain the experience. Anyway, I'll be back right after inventorying all the spare stuff. Let's getting rid of some of that crap. And then through to just use this exit here as well. Merchant's Quarter, of course. So, time to go to the city watch and speak to Sir Grayson.
Blessings of Tyr be upon you. Sir Naval has told me of your predicament, and it so happens that I have need of a squire. This is unusual, to say the least. Usually prospective squires spend months, even years, proving themselves before they are permitted to enter the nobility. But Captain Brelena and Sir Naval both vouch for your character and your ability, and I have heard of your exploits in the city as well. Still, count yourself lucky to avoid years of caring for my horse and scouring the rust from my arms and armor. Your need is great, so I'll take you as my charge.
Who are you?
I am Sir Grayson Qara. My sword is sworn to Nasher, Neverwinter, and Tyr, and it falls to me to teach you chivalry, so that you will not dishonor me overmuch as your knight.
I will be honored to serve as your squire.
Good. You appear capable of defending yourself, so we'll not discuss that. The Brotherhood of Knights is one bound by the ideals of chivalry and honor, and the same goes for sisters, of course. Without honor, a knight is nothing more than an animal with a sword. To be a knight is to lead a life of duty and responsibility. We are bound by a code that prescribes our every action, to be brave and valorous in battle against your enemies, to show no fear in their presence, to be just and righteous, to embody and uphold the laws of your lord and land, to be respectful to your enemies and kind to your fellows, to protect the weak and those who cannot defend themselves. All squires have these rules impressed upon them by rote and lash, but I suspect that you are mature enough to take the lesson without the cuffing.
But what if the laws of my lord and land require me to act unrighteously?
To serve your land is to act righteously. If your cause is noble, so too are the actions you take in its name. What wouldn't you do to see your home protected? To know that your loved ones are sleeping soundly each night?
I have to live with my actions. My conscience dictates my path.
Remember that in becoming a squire, you take an oath to serve Neverwinter. See that your conscience doesn't guide you down the path to treason. Knowing the code of conduct is important for a knight or squire, but living by that code is paramount. To be a knight is also to live a life of service to your lord and realm. You will be expected to perform certain duties for the crown. Given your unique circumstance, these duties will be waiting for you after the trial. However, there is one observance that cannot be postponed: the vigil.
What must I do?
Your vigil is a time for reflection and contemplation. It is a sacred tradition. All who would become squires spend a night in the solace glade. You must spend the night alone, of course. Most choose to reflect on their vows or to ask the blessing of their gods. On the next morning, I will welcome you into our brotherhood. Come then, I will lead you to the solace glade. Every knight and squire of Neverwinter has touched this sacred ground. To Helm, to Tempest, to Torm, and to Tyr have prayers been given. Think on that. Think on the fellowship you wish to join. Perhaps clear your mind and think of nothing. I will return in the morning, and you will greet the new day as my squire.
See you in the morning.
Indeed. I take my leave of you and your thoughts.
Are you here? I can barely see anything out here.
I'm supposed to undergo the vigil by myself.
Look, the way trouble follows you, there's no way I'd let you come out here alone.
I appreciate the concern, but I wouldn't want you to get into trouble if you stayed.
Well, I know you're concerned about me, but if I left, I'd only end up being attacked by Githyanki or demons. So I think right here by you is probably the safest place on Farron for me. Plus, I wanted to see if any of the gods would want to inflict further punishment on you. Hey, did you hear something?
I didn't expect the girl to be here. We'll spare her the grief of crying over your corpse and kill her as well.
I'm right here, you know. Why don't you try?
Who are you and why are you bothering me? Oh. That shouldn't be such a difficult question to answer, should it?
We're the ones who've been sent to kill you, Squire. Try not to die too quietly.
Sure thing, boss. Let's see who bites the dust. Shall we? Few of these two, and let's go to town.
My spell has failed.
Hey! What dare you?
Glade, huh? Talk about a poor name choice. Those men came out of nowhere. Don't you ever spend one night in peace?
Any idea who they are?
No idea. They don't look like thieves, and they were definitely hunting for us. Hey, the leader there. He's got a ring on his finger. It's a circle with teeth or spikes.
Or daggers?
Could be, I suppose. It's hard to tell with all the blood. Here, you take the ring. I don't want to hold on to it. Look, maybe I better slip away before your knight returns. I don't want you getting into any trouble.
That's for the best. Thanks for your help, Chandra.
Sure. Actually, in some ways, it was kind of fun. Good luck. And hopefully when we see each other again, you'll be Neverwinter's newest squire.
What happened?
I was attacked by Luskan assassins. They are not a problem any longer.
No doubt they caught wind of our plan, and saw this as their last chance to judge you as they wished. Either way, their efforts have failed, and that is all that matters. I take you as my squire, and bind you to the service of the throne of Neverwinter. This title also admits you into the nobility. For truly, there can be no charge nobler than protecting one's home from those who would threaten it. Come, Nasher should be informed of your change in station.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I got looting to do. By the way, I want his armor. It looks spiffy. Some venom. I like the fact that the characters say that Luskan assassins attacked. I would assume that that ring is probably a Luskan ring thing of identification-ness nonsense. What is it? You found the ring on the body of one of the men who tried to assassinate you during your vigil. Its insignia consists of a set appears to be spikes or knives entwined in a circle. Yeah, well. So we also had a journal update. I could go into details concerning that, but I'm not going to. So, let us proceed. Let's leave.
Ah, Sir Grayson. A pleasure to see you.
It is my honor to serve, my lord.
What brings you here? You look troubled.
My lord, it has come to my attention that this woman stands accused of murder, and is to be given over to Luskan for trial.
What you have heard is true. Is that why you are here?
I am here because this woman is my squire, and must be tried by your hand and the will of the gods alone.
What is this nonsense? This knight has no squire.
I would choose your words carefully, Ambassador, lest I think you are accusing one of my knights of speaking lies.
I only hear the words of a man shielding a murderer.
Then let the accused speak. What say you? Does my knight speak truly? Are you his squire?
Let's just go along with it, shall we? I'm his squire and as far to serve Neverwinter faithfully and well.
Then it is true. That means this squire will be tried here, Ambassador, not within Luskan's walls.
There is no justice in this, but I was a fool to expect justice in Neverwinter.
Seeing that gloating smile strip from her face pleases me more than you will know. But this has bought only a little more time. Time we cannot afford to waste. We must find the truth of what happened at Ember, and quickly. But you cannot do so here. You have my leave to depart Neverwinter, provided you give your word to return for the trial.
Of course, Lord Nasher.
Travel to Port Last. Someone there can guide you to Ember. Then return with whatever you can that will prove your innocence.
It would be wise to speak to Hieromos in Port Last. He is said to be a fair man and vigilant of his people and the lands around. We'll see.
You are to be congratulated on joining the service of Neverwinter and its knights. Serve Neverwinter, and it will serve you. For now, go to Port Last. It should be marked upon your map. Once there, see about visiting Ember as well. Keep your resolve. I am confident you will expose the truth of this matter soon enough, and after this trial, I will have more duties for you.
We are now a squire of Neverwinter. It will appear. The other two party members, I would assume that, yeah, of course, yeah, because of the vigil. I'm not necessarily sure that Casimir would like to stand in front of Lord Nasher. But what we're going to do is, we're not going to go to Ember. Because of course that's main story, and even though he claims that hasty, hurry, all that kind of stuff, we have time. And I'm trying very, very desperately to gain at least one level up more before we do any of the trial stuff. And there's a very good reason for it. Captain Marshall, welcome to the Black Lake District. Martin, I'm Sergeant Brocken, Byrne, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. You find this quite a war than you're used to. I think my men are an honest lot. We take no bribes and tolerate no disorder. There's a lot more people around, huh? True enough, we couldn't locate the murderer, so Lord Nigel felt there was little point in keeping the district locked down. I've added more watchmen to keep an eye on things. All the same, the lads will feel better with you in the district, I think. We all heard how you cleaned up the docks. You need help finding anything around here? I'm at your service. What is there to see around here? Best be careful about sightseeing. The nobles here value their privacy. A few of them have their own guards, and they've no qualms about drawing blades on us. I admit the theater on the lake does attract a certain amount of attention. No Temar built it after the Luskan invasion, trying to win back the people's affections from Nashor, they say. There's a bard performing there now, a fellow by the name of Kane. My granddaughter has heard of him, though I certainly haven't. Well, I didn't mean to be rude to him, but we unfortunately have to end this part. Anyone following the series will know that I kept quite a bit of stuff on Eleni, which was cast related. Surprise, surprise. And,
I think it is time everyone marched behind me, your new glorious leader.
It was meant for this character. Not for the news, huh? Cool. That's why I kept on to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this part here, and when we come back, we will likely be back in the Docks District. I need to get some party members in and out of the inn in order to transfer items around. And we will take it from there. I will try to get Niska's stuff done and anyone else's stuff that may be popping up. So until then, thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye bye.